is Heather.
Hi, Heather. This is Robert HOMRICH calling again.
Hi, Robert.
Hi.
What can I do for you today?
Well, you were non-responsive to the emails I sent you, pointing out the logical fallacies of the police report regarding my case. So I wanted to get your take on that. And that, I guess you were talking about reasonable doubt and all that. Is it reasonable to doubt the hospital's story, their claim that I was refusing to leave before I had been properly discharged?
Well, did you ever get a copy of the actual police report, Robert?
I did.
Okay. And were you able to get a copy of the videos for the officers?
No, because unfortunately they want over $200 to get the video.
Oh.
And so I'm working on that, but no, unfortunately $200 is not reasonable. And that's part that irks me, is because they didn't bother to take a report from my side. They just took the opposition side. And they didn't actually take any witness statements, which would have been a much more cost-effective way for me to review that information. But,
sure.
But you didn't answer my question.
Did they give you the form that they have to help offset some of the costs for those requests?
They did not.
Would you like me to provide you with that?
That'd be fine, if you'd like to. I was just going to go down to their base there and fill out the paperwork, but if you want to send it to me, that's fine. But you didn't answer my question.
Well, yeah, because I'm not going to get into a debate about this. I mean, you and I disagree.
Well, I'm not looking for a debate. I'm looking for a clarification. I'm just looking to understand your perspective.
The last time we talked, you told me that you were recording me after we got done talking. So I'm not going to talk about how I.
Ma'am, you're a government agent. You have no expectation of privacy. You're performing your public. Actually, you're neglecting to perform your public duties, and that's what I'm documenting.
Hello, City of Wyoming.
Yes, I need to file a complaint against the city attorney, Heather Chapman.
Okay, hold on just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Your call is being forwarded to a MyTel voicemail system. Jennifer Stoll is out of the office. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
You're not real big on answering your phone, are you? My name's Rob. I have some questions and concerns. If you could return my call, my number's... I appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.
You have reached the voicemail of Jennifer Stoll, Administrative Assistant to the City Manager for the City of Wyoming. I'm sorry I am unable to take your call right now, but if you leave a detailed message, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. For immediate assistance, please dial 0 now. Thank you, and have a great day. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Hi, my name's Robert HOMRICH. It'd be great if you would answer your phone or return my call. I left you a message a couple days ago. I haven't heard back. So I guess your answering machine is lying there. You say you'll return my call. Please call me back. My number's... I have some concerns and questions. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks. I've been trying to check up on this for an entire month, and nobody ever seems to answer their phone. I'll leave a message, and they fail to return my calls. Do you still serve the public?
Do I?
Well, does you and your organization, yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, well, because it seems like you just ignore them, from what I've gathered. So that's kind of why I'm calling to check up on my complaint, because I have a feeling that's ignored as well, even though it's valid and it's been documented. It appears to me, and this is another of my concerns, does the city of Wyoming have a policy against transparency or something? Because my complaint is centered around asking questions of Heather Chapman and her refusing to provide answers. They're logical, valid questions or legitimate questions that I feel I'm entitled to an answer to, and she just simply will not answer them. The reason she won't answer them, and she stated on the record that it's because I'm recording. Now, that's why I'm asking, is there a policy against transparency? And why is she so concerned that I'm trying to record her response? And I ask her, do you have something to hide? Well, of course not. Well, then why can't you answer? Get no response. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm asking.
On that, so yeah.
What's that? You can't.
I can't really comment on why she's doing that or not.
Why can't you comment on that? Are you not entitled to an opinion?
I am, but at the same time, I don't know what the conversation between you two was.
Oh well, that's okay. I have it recorded if you'd like to listen.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so you don't want to. That's the thing, is you'd rather ignore it, just like everyone else there. Is that correct? I have a problem, and I'm bringing it to you, and you don't want to listen to it. That's my understanding?
You asked me what the follow-up on that was, and I said that I would look into it.
Right, but I'm asking more. I'm asking about more than just the follow-up, you see.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I don't know the conversation that you had with her, so I can't speak on that.
Right, well, I'm telling you, I can make you fully aware of those facts, and then you can have an opinion on it.
Yeah, and nor am I the guy that you should be talking to about that. So
okay, who should I talk to about that?
Which I'm going to do, I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to look into it, and we'll get back to you about that.
Well, I've heard that before. Who should I talk to about it?
Well, this is the first time you've talked to me, so, okay?
Okay, but you're not answering my question. Who should I talk to about this problem?
I'm going to talk about Jennifer or her supervisor.
Jennifer? Is that her only name, or does she have a last name?
Jennifer Sowell.
Okay, I just want to make sure we'll be clear about who we're talking about. See, that's the problem is I call her. I've called her several times, and I've recorded it every time I call her, and I get her answering machine, and she says, go ahead and leave a message, and I'll get back to you, but I leave a message, and she just doesn't get back to me. So that's why that's why I'm asking if there's a problem with, do you still serve the public? One, and because it seems like you don't. It seems like you just ignore people who have valid concerns. And so I'm just trying to make sense, man, because it seems to me like you don't serve the public. You have a policy against transparency, and I mean that's what I'm documenting here.
Okay.
So.
All right. So what I'm telling you is that I will pass this along. Okay.
Okay, and what I'm going to tell you is if I don't get a response, I'm going to continue to call as I have, and I will. I will continue to call.
That's perfectly fine.
Mr. HOMRICH, this is Kip Snyder. I'm the Deputy Public Safety Chief for the City of Wyoming. Hey, I'd like to talk to you if I could as soon as possible. My desk number is 616-530-7329 in regards to your phone call to City Hall. Thank you. This is Kip.
Hi, Kip. This is Rob speaking on a recorded line.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Listen, keep calling City Hall, man. You got to stop.
I don't have to stop.
You're going to get criminally charged if you continue to call and threaten and harass.
I'm not threatening and harass. I'm actually calling to voice my grievances against the government, which I have a right to do. So what will I be charged with?
Listen, that's not true. There is a certain point where it's unlawful because...
At what point? Explain to me at what point.
When the prosecutor decides, and he said it's very close. So I'm just trying to warn you.
Oh, it's very close. How? No, at what point does it become a problem? Explain to me. And remember, you're being recorded.
I'm quite aware of that. When it becomes harassing...
I'm not harassing, though. I'm simply asking for them to return my calls because I have concerns. How is that harassing?
You've gotten your answers and you return calls.
But you didn't answer my question.
Well, yeah, because I'm not going to get into a debate about this. I mean, you and I disagree.
You've gotten your answers and you return calls. If you would like.
I have not gotten return calls. I have not gotten answers. I have not. I've actually recorded everything, so you can say that all you want.
Robert, we just have the documentation of your communications with everybody in the city.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Then why aren't they returning my calls? Because they know I'm right. Because I have actual concerns that are legitimate, and they're not returning my calls. Why? Because they know I'm right. So fuck you, dude. I'm going to continue to call until I get a response. I'm not threatening. I'm not harassing. I'm actually trying to air my grievances. I'm trying to actually get an understanding of why the city is refusing to respond to my concerns. They're legitimate concerns, dude. So if you want to arrest me for raising legitimate concerns, that's going to look horrible for the city. It's going to be a huge lawsuit.
Yeah, okay. I can understand that this isn't going anywhere, and I suggest using that language with me is not really a good idea.
I don't care. I don't care. You using your language with me is not a good idea either. Threatening to arrest me for contacting City Hall because I have concerns is not gonna. It's not gonna go over very well, dude.
You're not listening.
You're not listening. You're not listening. Who's the servant here? Who's the public servant here? Huh, Kip?
Are you gonna stop, Robert?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna continue to call until I can get some response. I need a response.
Very good, Mr. HOMRICH. Have a great day, sir.
Mr. HOMRICH? Morning.
Morning.
You can have a seat at that table on the left for me, please.
Morning. Good morning, Kip.
So, Mr. HOMRICH, I'm Heather Chapman. I've spoken on the phone. We haven't met in person before. I am the city attorney assigned to your case, so I'm the acting prosecutor on your charges today. And you're charged with harassing communications for repeated contact at the various city departments. So the purpose of today is to see if you and I can reach a plea agreement on your case, but you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. It's a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is a $500 fine and or 90 days in jail. You're always entitled to a trial in front of a judge or a jury. Would you like to talk to me about your case today?
I would like to speak to an attorney.
Okay. So we do that at this step. Do you want to hire your own, or I'm assuming you want to ask for a court-appointed attorney?
The latter.
Okay. So, if you want to fill this out for me, make sure when you put your name and address here, you include a phone number in case Mr. Van Gessel, who makes the decisions about appointments, needs to ask you some additional questions. If you want to go out in the lobby at the kiosk there and complete this, just pop back in when you've got it done.
Okay. What specifically would you care to discuss?
Well, so the purpose of today is for a plea offer, and I would make you a plea offer. Given the nature of the charge and your criminal history, I'd offer you a delayed sentence in this case. A delayed sentence means that you would appear in front of the judge and plead guilty to harassing communications. But instead of getting sentenced today, sentencing would be delayed for 12 months. At the end of 12 months, if you can comply with the requirements for the delayed sentence, the case would be dismissed. The requirements, of course, it means break no laws, right? No catch no new cases.
Broken any laws already.
And then it would be not to have contact with the city of Wyoming unless you needed direct city services or you had an emergency within the city.
Can I ask a few questions?
Sure.
Who's the victim?
I have several city employees that feel intimidated and harassed and were afraid to come to work based on your conduct.
And who are the victims?
Well, I'd be happy to provide that information to your attorney if you get one.
Okay, well, at the moment I'm representing myself, so.
Right. So I would provide that information, but I need to talk to them first.
What if I choose not to have an attorney?
Then let me know if you want your information via email or you want it in the U.S. mail, and I will send you the discovery packet.
And what about the conflict of interest?
What conflict of interest?
The city is the victim and the prosecution?
The city is not claiming that myself or the city attorney's office is the victim.
Will you recuse yourself regarding the involvement in this case?
Or you can make a motion for that to the judge.
All right, Ms. Hoekstra, it's your motion. I believe all the documents, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I don't really have much else to add. I would, in response to the city attorney's response to my motion, thank you, I would just point out primarily The reason why Ms. Chapman is a necessary witness for this trial is not because my client intends to challenge the appropriateness of her denial of the assault and battery complaint. It is necessary and it is foundational to whether the intent, this is a specific intent crime, he needed to intend to harass the city of Wyoming with his phone calls. And the background information, what happened leading up to that is absolutely relevant.
What would be the purpose of her testimony?
So this entire incident resulted from a complaint that was submitted to the Wyoming Police Department involving my client, the assault and battery. And the denial, and I don't want to really go through the entire defense today, but that denial was really kind of the catalyst before the conversation.
And I understand that, that's going to be the defense theory.
Mm-hmm.
But conversations themselves, how are those relevant?
It's not the conversations per se, I guess. It's someone has to come in and explain that there was this complaint submitted, that there was this request for charges, that it was denied.
First of all, I've reviewed all the law and everything that anybody submitted, including Ms. Chapman's, and I don't think you can make her testify based on the case law that she cited and attorney-client privilege and a whole bunch of other things. But I do.
Your Honor, if I may.
No, you may not just yet, because I'm going to make a suggestion, which I think solves this whole thing. I understand the defense position that they want to make it clear what his motivation was for making calls, but that's what the defense will be. So my suggestion is we make a simple stipulation that the complaint was made and that it was denied by the city attorney. End of story.
In response to that, Your Honor, the attorney-client privilege prong of that analysis is only the first analysis of the disqualification under that rule of professional conduct. There's the second analysis that she is an interested party in this. She is very necessary to our defense to present to the defense.
We can solve that problem. You can do a stipulation that she denied the...
We would not be willing to stipulate that. We would want to present the evidence through testimony.
To what? That what? That she denied the claim? She got a call and she denied the claim?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, absolutely not. That's preposterous to me. I mean, I'm suggesting a stipulation to do exactly what you're asking. So you're just wanting to make her have to take the stand so you can disqualify her. I mean, that's ingenuous.
Well, I think, too, Your Honor, I think in the interest of justice, it is inappropriate that the listed victim in this case is the city of Wyoming, and the city of Wyoming's attorney's office is the one prosecuting it.
Because their client.
But it's a conflict of interest.
But at the same time, you can understand that his desire for a dismissal is based on a total lack of intent for anything that might have happened.
So, I understand and I follow, and that is why the offer, despite the motions and the appeals and some of the other stuff that happened, most prosecutors would withdraw any kind of plea offer at that time.
That is true.
I haven't done that because I don't think you had malicious intentions, but posting things on YouTube has consequences, and encouraging others to act on your behalf. I'll have to go back and listen to see exactly what you did, but you did encourage others to contact the city, and I believe it says disrupt city services.
No.
Doing that, hang on, I said I'm not sure, but doing that has consequences, and people acted on what they saw that you had posted, and it caused great disruption to the city services. It caused several employees to be really afraid, and we had to expend city services for additional security for some different events. Not because you did things, but people listened to what you had put out in the public and followed that kind of action. You have a right to speak, you do, but those are the consequences of encouraging others.
Can I respond to that? I don't control the actions of other people, nor do I claim to. I don't control the content of James Freeman's channel, and you yourself just admitted that you don't believe my intent was to harass. Intent is a key element of the crime. You just admitted you don't believe that I violated a key element of the crime.
So Do you want this to be a productive conversation?
That's why I just said what I said.